name is Mackenzie and welcome back. To make an AI that detects incoming attacks, you need to use a for loop that runs indefinitely once every 5 minutes until it detects the attack you're looking for. Now, every iteration, you're going to need to figure out what incoming and outgoing raids there are. We can get a list of these raids in an array. Each raid is represented as an entry in the list, and each entry is like a giant box with information about that raid. Once you have the array, you need to check each entry in the array to see if it's the raid you're looking for. In this case, it's an incoming attack from the id capital. We can do this by using a for loop that cycles through the raid array. To do this, follow the example in the sidebar. Now that we have a way to loop through each entry, every time we grab an entry, we need to test to see if the attacking town's name is the same as the name of the town that you're waiting for an attack from. Now, when we send the counter invasion, we want some way for the program to know it's time to break out of the infinite loop and end the program instead of looping without purpose. To do this, at the beginning of the infinite loop, we're going to use a type of variable we haven't seen before. It's called a Boolean, and it can only be true or false. We're going to use a Boolean like a switch that will turn true instead of false when we send an invasion. Now go back to the if statement you made that detects if it's the right attacker and use the same principles you've learned in previous tutorials to send an attack, but this time make it an invasion by following the example in the sidebar. After you send the attack, set the Boolean variable switch to true and use the break command to get out of the inner for loop because you've already found the raid that you're looking for. Now we see why we use the Boolean variable. After the inner for loop is completed, place an if statement just before the end of the outer for loop that tests to see if the attack was sent and breaks out of the outer loop, ending the program. With that, you've completed your attack listener AI. So, recapping, we used an infinite outer loop to be able to run a raid checker inner loop every 5 minutes. When it sees an attack from the id capital, it will invade them and end itself. Save and run your program. When the id capital attacks is up to chance. It'll happen within the next few days if you have a town slot open. At least now you'll be prepared. Thank you for watching and good luck.